saw from Anthony Albanese yesterday was reckless, was incredibly reckless. We all want to see wages go up. And indeed, the Reserve Bank Governor has made it very clear that we are seeing wages starting to go up. But the way you engage in economic policy is not in the loose way we saw from Anthony Albanese yesterday. Anthony Albanese is a loose unit on the economy. We saw that right at the start of the campaign. He didn't know what unemployment was. He didn't know what the cash rate was. He says his policies are costed, but they're not costed. And when it comes to what he said yesterday, ill thought through, not understanding the potential consequences of what he was saying. I mean, yesterday, in what he said yesterday, it's like throwing fuel on the fire of rising interest rates and rising costs of living. He's had a lot to say about costs of living. He's got no solutions or policies to put downward pressure on it. And what he did yesterday would only exacerbate it. It would only make the problem worse. Anthony Albanese's intervention yesterday and his thoughtlessness on this would actually make inflation worse. It would make interest rates rise even higher. It would threaten the strong growth we've had in employment. And ultimately, it would force small businesses potentially out of business altogether. So, you know, as a Prime Minister, or indeed as a Treasurer, you can't just go around making stuff up and thoughtlessly think that people can respect you when you just make these sorts of careless comments on the economy. But there's another part of this that really worries me. Anthony Albanese says that he wants wages to go up by 5.1%. And he thinks that Australians don't know what the impact of that would be on their interest rates, on unemployment, or on inflation and the cost of living. He thinks Australians don't get the link between these things. He thinks he can just say what he likes and you can have your cake and eat it. And that is not how you run sensible, sound, responsible economic policy. What Prime Ministers and Treasurers say about the economy has real-world effects around your kitchen table. And a Prime Minister who would think, if Anthony Albanese was in that job, is he could just go around wildly speculating with thoughtless contributions on wages. What that could lead to is rising in inflationary expectations, and that feeds through to what you pay in the supermarket, what you pay elsewhere in the economy, and it can even impact on your job. What he said yesterday puts a chain reaction in place. Dominoes fall that lead to higher interest rates and higher costs of living. And if he doesn't understand that, which that tells you everything you need to know about what he doesn't understand about the Australian economy. If he does understand it, he's playing you for a mug. He thinks he can run around at this election, say he can increase people's wages and at the same time see cost of living pressures fall and pressure on interest rates to remain down. Well, it just doesn't work like that, Anthony. You either don't know what you're talking about and you're not up to the job, or you're taking the Australian people for a ride, and I've called you out.